Hello, friends and family, brothers and sisters on YouTube world and Rumble and TikTok. On our way home today, we passed Amboy, the little town of Amboy, where there's Roy. What is it called? Roy's Cafe. And now, if you look down, there's also the Amboy volcano crater. There was a volcano there, you guys. And then right there is the small town of Amboy with Roy's Cafe. As we were coming home, we ran into, our YouTube channel is about homeless, drug addiction, and mental health. And as we were coming home, we ran into Steve and Peggy. Steve and Peggy, they're homeless, you guys, and they're actually waiting for a ride, but they don't know how long they're gonna live at their house, because once again, as you guys have seen on our YouTube videos, the oldest lady that I've interviewed was 84. I interviewed her yesterday, and we have 76, 78, 72, 73-year-old. So you guys, America the problem is getting bigger and it's getting older. The homeless is it's getting older, and our government does not care about our own backyard, about our families and the people here that live here. And it's a shame, because we can send billions and billions, over 200 billions to Ukraine and Israel. But how about our backyard? Look at these guys, Steve and Peggy, and they shouldn't be living like this. How old are you, Steve?
How old am I?
Yes.
70.
You're 70, and Peggy?
I'm 66.
66 and 70. Look, and they're on the side of the highway, waiting for a friend, waiting for a ride, but they're they're halfway homeless, right?
Yes.
And that's a shame that America, the great proud America is we're living like this. My wife has some very good questions, so I'm going to pass the camera to her.
Hi guys, we seen you, and we are out on the Route 66 out in Amboy. And if everybody sees, we're kind of literally out in the middle of nowhere. We barely just looked over and happened to see you on the side of the road. My first question, I guess, to you guys is, how many people have stopped to check on you guys?
Well, there's probably 300 people pass us, and maybe 1 out of 300 will stop and see if we need water or something.
And isn't that a shame?
That's about it. Very few.
Especially because these elements, it's very windy. Sorry guys, but we're out in the middle of the desert. I think the next town is probably 25, 35 miles. It's other than the little Roy's Cafe, but that's nothing over there, and there's nothing out here. And it just broke my heart to pull over and just see him sitting here. And so we did get him some sandwiches and some fruit and get him some water. But I just wanted to ask, because as we were talking, it's a growing situation. And how did it start with you? We were talking a little bit about you're trying to fight for your Social Security that you paid into your whole life.
My whole life. And they've said I didn't have enough points. They've raised the points. So I'd have to work till I'm almost 80 to get anything. And then if I did, it would only be like $1,000. Well, that's not going to get me anywhere. And she got Social Security because she made $100 too much Social Security. She's only getting, what, $1,500?
Yeah.
They cut her food stamps off.
So you're out here with one income, $1,500, and no access to food, which we talked before the interview. There's another gentleman I called all over, and I think the cheapest place I could find for him was like $1,200.
Oh, yes.
So, that's just all that you have. That wouldn't be anything available for any utilities, anything left.
Nothing.
And so you guys have both worked your whole lives, correct?
Oh, yeah.
You paid into our American tax system your whole entire lives.
I ranched, I farmed, I worked on the docks. You name the jobs. I mean, I've worked at stores, I've done everything. Now my back is gone, because when I did roofing, I fell off a couple times, and my back's done.
And where are you guys from originally?
Originally, I'm from Los Angeles, but I've been living in Nevada for 20 and a half years, mainly in Boulder City and Henderson. But even there, the rents start at $2,200, and that's just for a one-bedroom apartment.
And then you pay renter's insurance on top of that.
Utilities, and
Yeah.
just to buy a few things at Walmart, you need to almost be having to have 4,000 or better a month
Just to survive.
just to survive the basic necessities. But
Has the police or anyone stopped to check
Oh,
on
yeah.
you guys? Good.
The Chippies, California Highway
Uh-huh.
Patrol, yesterday, and he said, "Are you guys all right?" And I said, "Well, we're waiting for a ride. I guess we're all right." He says, "Well," he said, "there's, you're not violating any laws or anything." He said, he said, "You're not doing anything illegal," and so he took off.
Oh, didn't ask if you needed a ride
Well,
or.
he said, "I could take you to Barstow," and I said, "Well, we're not going to Barstow. We're going this way." He said, "Well, I can't take you that way."
yeah,
But there's not much when we get to Searchlight. There's not much. It's a very limited thing, and then we're going to be out in the street there. And we won't go to Vegas because we're there. It's very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Yes.
we almost got killed.
We
one
almost
time.
got killed in Vegas. And one of the people who work for the government wanted to put her on an area in Vegas that has shootings all the time, drugs, everything. And they wanted to put her in a little place and take all her Social Security
And leave him on the streets.
and leave me on the streets.
Because
No.
That's in Vegas?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was in Vegas. They have nothing. There's no
we will not be
services.
separated.
There's
Yeah.
absolutely no services.
And I told you I had tried to help another gentleman, and I looked for any resources available within a 160-mile radius for him. And there's just, it's, back here in Joshua Tree, Yucca, I called, and there was nothing.
29 Palms told us the other day they have absolutely no services, no shelters, nothing. And for us to leave and not come back because they have nothing for us.
It's everywhere, though. We've been to a couple, and it's everywhere. It's bad. They've shut down services. They're taking my Social Security, and I'm sure my money is going to pay for these billions of dollars.
Oh, yeah. If there was any way that anybody needed to reach out to you guys, is there a way to do you have a phone? Do you?
Well, she has one, but it's dead now. We haven't been able to keep it powered
Do you
up.
have any social media like Facebook or?
Oh, no.
No, nothing right now.
Okay.
If I can find some place that I can plug my phone in and charge it for 4 or 5 hours, then it would be up and at 'em. But then we're right back here in this situation where I can't plug it in any place.
So you do have a phone number though?
I have a phone number, but there's no way of reaching me because the phone's dead.
Well, how about if you charge it later on and somebody wants to contact you?
Okay. You got the,
Do you have a number that we could put it on the air, and that way somebody wants to help you that sees their story and is touched and touched by your story, and they want to help you guys, they can just contact you guys directly.
okay.
Because in our channel, we're about being open and honest and transparent. Whatever any help or support will go directly to you guys. Because God has favored us and blessed us that we don't need anything. We don't never ask for support or financial for us as for me and my wife, because God has blessed us. But if somebody wants to help you guys, or other people, that's why it's good for you guys to give them some type of
Even
contact.
a ride or,
Right.
anything that you, and there is another lady that we know that since we've started this in Las Vegas, she has some resources, but again, that's in Vegas. We have some resources available in Tucson, and then we could talk a little bit later on, but I did find somewhere in Bullhead City too that is, I think, willing to help a few people. So that's something we could talk about after we get off. We just wanted to kind of get a little backdrop on how long you've been here. It's, it's terrible and it's heartbreaking to see.
Yeah, because we passed here this morning to take my daughter to a school program, and that was 6-7 hours ago. So we passed back, and you guys are still here. So we're just wondering if you guys were homeless, and you guys are homeless.
Oh, yeah.
So
If you had food or,
so we did give you guys some food, and I think, do you have water, babe, to give them?
yeah,
And
we
we're
do.
gonna give you guys some water, and I gave you a little bit of something. That way you guys can buy you some snacks later.
Have you guys gone down to Roy's Cafe?
Yes, a couple of times.
Were they okay with you down there?
Yeah, We just can't stay there.
Right.
Yeah.
What about
Because it's kind of like a tourist spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
what about in those little abandoned houses?
No.
No, babe.
They're not fixed.
They're not fixed and they're haunted. He's gonna tell us a ghost story in a minute, you guys. So you guys want to hear this? You guys have to. Steve's gonna tell us, because at Amboy
They
they
say
say it's haunted. It's a haunted school, a haunted church, a haunted. Everything's haunted there. So he's gonna tell us a little story after our interview. But we'll let you guys listen. So right now you're gonna give us Peggy's phone number.
Yes.
Okay.
702
702
559
559
8854.
8854. So if you guys want to get a hold of Steve or Peggy, that's Peggy's number. If you guys want to help them, their situation, like we said in our channel, we're open and honest and transparent. You guys can just contact them directly.
so. I was asking Steve about sleeping out here because he's not too far. Right
From
there,
Amboy,
the
the
old
haunted place.
church they say is haunted.
The whole
People have
place
done
is haunted,
documentaries.
guys.
There's an abandoned school back here, and he was just saying, "What did you hear last night?"
Well, last night, 2 nights in a row, we were sitting here, and I don't know what time it was. It was midnight or one, and we heard footsteps. Peggy says, "You hear that?" I said, "Yes." And we heard a man's voice like, "What are you doing here?" Something like that. And that was it. And we heard footsteps. It was right behind us, and we turned around. There's nobody. There's just nobody. And then we heard children up that way where the school is. We heard children playing and laughing.
Yeah, I know they have it all fenced off now, but I know
Yeah.
that they've done some
Yeah.
documentaries about.
But we hear people out here now and then. We heard a lady over across the road.
Yeah, she kept saying was, "Oh no,
Oh no, oh no. She kept saying, "Oh no."
And we've seen figures like bodies, and I'll ask Steve. I said, "Do you see that person?" And he goes, "What person?"
Yeah.
And I've seen bodies.
She's seen them. I see them on occasion, but I sense them that they're.
What about up in the sky? Because I know you've got the open desert out here. Any weird stuff you see up there?
Well, unfortunately, I can have Clyde, so I can't see everything. So Steve would see the sky.
I've
better
seen
than
on occasion, the last couple of nights, I've seen lights go real fast by, which I'm sure wasn't a satellite.
Right. I bet there's beautiful stars out
There
here.
is beautiful stars out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve and Peggy, I have my last question, and we'll shut this down. We'll let you guys get back to relaxing. Do you guys believe that it's dangerous for men and women to be homeless in America?
Oh,
most definitely,
yes.
most definitely.
The services that they say are usually in the most dangerous places in town, and you get there and there's homeless that are like us, and then you have different levels of homeless. You have those that have just been kicked out of the joint, jail,
Right.
and you have those homeless that are not right in the head. And I mean, she had a cigarette, and the guy wanted a cigarette, and he was threatening us because we wouldn't give him a cigarette. So it is dangerous. You get a couple of people that are okay, but
And we know a few people in Boulder City, Nevada. Mary is 70 years old, in a wheelchair, and she's trying to fend for herself, and she's been on the streets for 10 years.
Yeah.
She went to San Francisco about a month or so ago and was almost killed. So she was lucky to get back to Boulder City. But it is very safe, especially for women our
women are the
age
worst.
or older,
Yeah.
especially if you're in a wheelchair or a Zimmer frame. The cops in Boulder City, thank God, were very great and were watching over us. But like I said, we came here in hopes of a better life, but it just didn't work out.
There's just no services anywhere. I mean, don't let anyone tell you this, because there's not.
No.
There's not. How are they gonna? I mean, they took my Social Security. I fought disability 4 times, and even if I got it, it's not going to be enough to get a rent. Even together, it's not enough to pay a rent or anything. I mean, that's it. That's reality. Rents go up, and like I said, the rent we used to have years ago was what, 1,800 or 16. Now it's 22.
Yeah.
In 4 years, it just raised the rent.
Yep.
Just like
Do you
that.
guys have children together?
No.
No children?
No.
So you guys don't have any help?
No.
Well, thankfully you guys are together.
Yeah.
That's a
You guys have
blessing
each
right
other,
there.
yes.
Yeah.
And I like how you said, Peggy, I'm not going without him.
No, I'm not going
That's
without him.
that's
Same way with me.
that's great.
We're together.
Yes.
We're going to be separated. No way. we told them that. They said, we may have a place. I said, well, this is for both of us. Forget it.
Good.
Good.
Well, we appreciate you guys and your time and letting us into your little
world.
what's going on out here. Pray it brings awareness to people that they see this is not just in certain areas. It's all over the country.
You guys are just on the side of the road. And
Here-
we've seen you guys, and we're just like, man.
Here comes some cars. So this is the historic Route 66. So Route 66, for those of you who don't know, goes from Chicago and ends in Santa Monica. So this is part. Here comes a car now. So this is how close they are to the road. I mean,
They're right off the
you cannot
highway.
miss them. Everybody's looking, but no one's stopping. And
So we were the only few to stop.
You and one other gentleman and lady gave us water.
Yeah,
Okay.
big bottle
And that
of
was
water.
Yeah, we're gonna give you guys some water too. We gave you guys some
yeah, we got
some
fruit
sandwiches and some fruit.
But we will definitely, if anybody is seeing this and they're in the area, they're trying to get to Henderson or Searchlight. Searchlight. Then if anything, we could direct them. They're right down the
Well,
street
they have
from the
their number.
Roy's.
They have Mary's
Yes,
number.
but her phone's dead right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
So if anybody's trying to reach out in the,
They're right, like 1,000 feet from Amboy,
Yeah.
the little city of Amboy.
but we appreciate you
We
guys, and
appreciate
we
your
pray
time.
that you guys stay safe out here, and hopefully it's not getting too cold tonight.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Peggy.
Well,
Thank you.
if this helps,
God bless you guys.
worth it.